But hi everyone, my name is Arella Imani. We're going to talk about self-inquiry.
What about self-inquiry, Arella?
Checking on ourselves.
Oh, self-inquiry is to check on yourself. Okay, that's cool. Let me ask you, have you done some self-inquiry? Inquiring? You have? You've been checking on yourself? Okay, and what'd you come up with?
What I come up with? Like, I kind of been bad.
Okay, you kind of been bad. What have you been doing?
Not really listening.
Not listening. So, what have you been doing? Why have you not been listening? You don't know, so you've been being disobedient? And what else?
Not listening to my mama.
And what else?
And not listening when she tells me something.
So basically you've been being what's the word?
Disobedient.
Oh, you've been being disobedient. Does God like that?
I don't really think so.
Oh, in the Bible, what does God say He wants you to do with your parents?
By your mother and thy father.
What is it?
By thy mother and thy father.
No, not by. It's
Honor thy mother and thy father.
Yes, honor thy mother and thy father. Precisely. That is exactly what it is saying in the Bible. God wants you to honor thy mother and thy father. And when you don't, you make him what?
Get mad.
For little kids, he probably gets a little bit sad. You hurt his feelings when you don't listen. I think when you get older as an adult, he probably gets mad. I'm pretty sure he gets sad for some. But, I mean, you guys are young, and he knows that you guys are trying, so I believe, he has more he shows maybe more favoritism on the children. Okay, because you guys really don't know. But that's why you have to have your mother and your parents, or someone who loves you, or that's taking, your caregiver, to be able to guide and direct you, right? Okay. So while checking on yourself, what have you learned to do? What have you learned to do better?
Listen and behave and be good.
Oh, okay. And so have you been doing that?
Not quite, but yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So this is something you're going to have to what?
Do.
Work on?
Work on yourself.
Okay, work on yourself. What would you tell all the little kids out there who don't obey their parents and who don't obey authority or adults? What do you want to tell the little kids?
What have you done, and what have you been doing with your mommy?
Okay, so what suggestions would you tell them? Like, what if they don't know how to, be respectful? What if they don't know? What if they don't know that they're being bad? What if they don't know that they're making God mad or making their mommy and daddy mad? What would you tell them?
What would I tell them if they didn't know?
Yeah. Like, how would they know?
I don't know if they didn't know, but something I could tell them is maybe they don't really know what you're talking about. Maybe they think they're good or nice and they listen to the mom, but actually they don't. So what am I going to tell them? To listen to your mama. If they just know that.
Okay, so if they just know anything that you said, to make sure you listen to your who?
Your mother.
Show me dad. And your dad. For some that have their mom and their dad, some might have their grandma and grandpa. What's grandma?
Grandma, you have to listen.
No. Show me what grandma is. Okay, show me what granddad is. Cool. So they might have their grandma watching them or their granddad. They might even have their cousin watching them. Show me cousin.
Cousin?
No, that's...
Auntie.
Yeah, show me cousin. Okay, cool. Show me uncle.
Uncle?
Yeah.
Uncle.
Do you remember uncle? Okay. So, basically with all of that said, at the end of the day, no matter who's watching you, you're supposed to have respect. You're supposed to be obedient, and you're supposed to love yourself and treat yourself good. So, with all of that said, we wish you blessings. Be focused and positive while doing so. Anything else?
Food for thoughts for kids.